America is a country that believes obesity is a disease, but homosexuality is a choice. So if you're fat, don't worry. It's not your fault. You were probably born that way. But if you're gay, it must have been something you ate. That's fatphobic as F. Yeah, let's make digs at fat people to stand up to homophobia. Not like fat, gay people exist. F this. This is interesting to me. I've read many fat positive posts which say similar things. That their weight isn't their fault. It's a disease. They eat less than thin people. And they exercise more than thin people too. It's just that darn metabolism. People don't seem to like it when their words are used against them. Didn't you say you liked her because she was vegan? I mean, that's one factor we have in common. It's nice to talk to someone who shares my love for animals, right? How is that a bad thing? It's disgusting that you only date skinny girls. I thought you'd understand how scuffed that is as a quote-unquote lesbian. Don't really see the connection here. Why did you put lesbian in quotations? Because someone who experienced homophobia would know how us plus-sized individuals suffer in the same way that you do, if not worse. Please do not compare being overweight to being gay. I mean, for starters, being fat is a choice. I can't exercise my gay away. They are not the same. Being fat is not a choice. I was born this way too. Dang. Most babies are 8 to 12 pounds. You are not gay. Discussion over. Wow. So real lesbians date big girls only. Got it. I mean, I always thought a person's weight had nothing to do with a person's sexual orientation. But what do I know? Also, people who are fat suffer way more than gay people suffer. It's a shame these people can't do anything simple so they wouldn't have to suffer so much. Something simple like going on a diet and exercising. Let's talk accessibility. I am an infini fat, meaning I wear 30 plus clothing in the UK and many shops don't carry that. I use the disabled toilet because that's what I need to do, but they are still not very fat friendly. Things are put as close together as possible, giving me no space to wipe myself. I'm luckily flexible, and do what I call a white yoga. I have to take off my bottoms, and often, one shoe, to be able to place my leg on the wall, or something else to balance on, to wipe. This can be a workout. I'm panting, shaking, and start to feel rubbish afterwards. But I do need the toilet sometimes. Like all humans do. In the UK, they like to lock the dang doors for disabled users. And then you have to hunt down a person with a key. It's exhausting. And this time, I'm at the National Museum in Cardiff. And the bloody toilets are down a flight of stairs. The lift doesn't work. I can and do walk up and down stairs. But what about the people who can't? It's BS. After all of that complaining about how difficult it is to use a disabled bathroom, this person then rewards themselves with the same type of food that put them in that situation in the first place. Being too overweight for simple things such as a public bathroom, airline seatbelts, or an entire patio, are the consequences obese people need to learn to accept. These are results of the choices they made, and continue to make. Crying about fat phobia is an immature way of not taking responsibility for their choices. The entire concept of thin privilege blows my mind as a person living in a third world country. Of course, I am aware that I have a bunch of privileges too, but the idea that people have so much food available, and then they get fat and obese, and pile on the pounds, and say they are oppressed, is mind-blowing. It is pretty mind-blowing. Anytime the reality of their choices affects them in their everyday life, they scream thin privilege. Thin privilege is having a chair you can use in your hotel room. Thin privilege is never having to choose between wearing a seatbelt or a coat. Thin privilege is donating your body to science. Thin privilege is wiping your butt from front to back. They should be screaming fat consequence instead. Hey there, you've got a cute face. I'ma pretend that isn't a backhanded compliment. Wait, how would it be backhanded? Just do yourself a favor. Next time you're hitting on a chubby chick, tell her she's gorgeous. Tell her she's freaking hot. Tell her you want to worship every inch of her gorgeous curves. Don't tell her she has a pretty face. It makes it sound like you're really pretty. Too bad you're fat. Okay, wow. How she got all of that out of one simple sentence. It sounds to me like this person was trying to pay her a genuine compliment. I honestly did not know that calling someone cute was fatphobic. Not to get too personal, but I lost 45 pounds this quarantine. That's fatphobic. Overheard two of my coworkers talking diets yesterday. One says, most people don't need 2000 calories. I figured that's my cue to break in and say most people need more. The other person argues that their doctor said they need something like 1800 at rest. And I had to be like, as soon as you stand up, you are using more than that. You need more or you are starving yourself. I don't think I got through to them. And it's so annoying. Now they are probably ignoring what I say because I'm fat. Well, yeah. However, I think they were ignoring what this person was saying more so because that person was wrong. We absolutely do not burn more than 1800 calories just by standing up. That would mean that all we would need to do is stand up once. And most of us would burn an entire day's worth of food in that 1 second. If someone is active, they may very well have a recommended daily caloric intake of 2000 calories or more. The person's doctor recommended 1800 calories a day. Chances are, the person is going to listen to their doctor, and not the diet tips from a random coworker who is overweight.